Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Tuesday the 26th of May and we have some more new mods. We also have a new Geo today. We've got Seasons Geo New York by the Meier family modding. We have got updates to the Food and Fertilizer Shop by Castiga and Edge Gaming. We've got updates to Mesofalva Farm and Minibrun. As far as I can tell, Mesofalva, it's weird actually, it doesn't say, it says update, but it normally says the changelog. It doesn't actually say in the changelog what the update is on that, so I'm not too sure on that one. As far as Minibrun goes, there have been an absolute load of new textures and stuff added. We have got new mods. One of these says update, but again I can't find a changelog in there, so I'm assuming the update is it coming to console, so that's kind of what I'm going with. The only reason I know Mesofalva isn't because I did the first look on that, so I know that isn't new to console. That's definitely an update. Anyway, regardless of all that, let's get stuck in, shall we? We have got in front of us the Dangreville Slurry 1 by SimulagriModding. This is a slurry spreader. This is compatible with lots of the slurry attachments and various bits and bobs because we've got a 3-point link on the back here. So as well as a standalone spreader that can spray itself, it is compatible with various different attachments and stuff on the back as well. Nice tidy mod in the Dangreville orange. Lots of detail on it. For PC I think this is compatible also with the manure system. I think it's what it says in the Modhub. Obviously on console that's relevant, don't worry about that. This will use, how many slots was this? 19 slots for this one. A few tyre options, not a bad sized tank as well. This you will find under tools, under slurry tanks. Slurry one, it's 80 grand to buy, so it's not cheap to be fair. 20,000 litre capacity, requires 200 horsepower, and this will spread at 16 metres. It does sound to the puzzle piece there, Zuni disc and Catros. Like I say, because it does have the rear 3-point link, but you can put various different attachments. You can have it in the Dangreville orange, or you can have it in green, like so. Options of tyres, we've got Trelleborg, Michelin. Under Trelleborg we've got standards and we've got wides. Now I will often go with Trelleborgs on most vehicles. I just prefer the tread patterns, that's just me personally. That said, on this one, under Michelin, you've got those chunky knobbly ones. I do quite like those. It does drop it down a little bit, but yeah, it's not bad that. Like it. Those are your options available. So what we'll do, we'll hook up. Now what we do have as well, L1 and right stick side to side will move that. So if you want to go for slightly more realistic refilling, and when you're going to maybe slurry tank mods and things like that, you can put that up and down. I think if I go right one and then up and down, we can change the actual chassis bit at the front to raise or lower it depending on the hitch level, so you get your two wheels on the ground so it levels the whole thing out a little bit more for you. Probably better to do it from that side. There we go. So, driving forward, if we turn it on, I like that, nice animation out the back, nice moist look on the back of that. It looks wet, it looks, you know, it's good, it's a nice texture. Very cool indeed. There we go, that's the first of the mods. That's the Dangreville Slurry 1 by SimulagriModding. Moving on. We've got this, and this is the one that's got me a bit puzzled. It does say Lizard 32 disc Harrows. Now this is by BlackBull Modding and Udruzenje Nezavisnih Modera. Now weirdly this looks incredibly familiar to me. So potentially I'm reviewing this for a second time. Mainly because of the concrete slabs on the top of it, which is what makes me think I've done this one before. But like I say, it doesn't say, it says update, but there's nothing in the changelog. So, like I say, I'm assuming this is new. but I could be wrong. If I'm wrong and you've seen this one before, I do apologise. This is a 32 disc harrow. It's only, I think, 2.9 metres. It's not very wide. Couple of options available on this. You'll find this under disc harrows. Just there, £3 it's not too expensive. Yeah, 2.9 metres, requires 70 horsepower to pull. Options available, we can change the design colour, which is the discs. We can change the main colour, which is the frame, like so. Then we can have it weights, no, or yes, and it just puts weights in with a little frame on top of them, like that. Those are your options. Drop it down, and away we go. There we go. It will cultivate. Nice sound effects, nice animation. It's not huge. It's going to be for, you know, small fields, small farms. It goes at a fair speed across the field. So there you go. That's the Lizard 32 disc harrows by BlackBull, Udruzenje, Nezavisnih, Modera. Drop that down, drop that off. Which brings me on to the next mod. We've got this. I mean, I'm on the lookout for one of these actually on Greenwich Valley at the moment. This is the Lizard SlurryTender 22,000 litre by Bembelpower. It is a SlurryTender. It will transport your slurry. It's not a slurry spreader. Fairly basic in design. I'm going to say basic in design. There's no decals or anything like that. There's a lot of detail on it, but it's weird, isn't it? You look and you think that's quite, you know, quite plain. There's not really, but when you actually get into it and you look at the detail on the pipes and the tubes around the outsides and the wiring, there's a lot of detail on here. I think it's because it doesn't have decals or anything actually on the main body. I suppose it's a big expanse. We do have a gauge on the back, so we know how full we are. Few options available on this on colour and rim colour, and obviously, as you'd imagine, it's 22,000 litre capacity. This has already got a swivel front axle. This is not a dolly mounted one, so this is, you know, you can pull this with lorries or trucks with a trailer attachment on the back, but this is, I suppose, primarily designed to be pulled by a tractor. So this you will find also under slurry tanks, right at the very end there. 25,000 to buy, so not too expensive for a 22,000 litre, which is pretty good. This will use 17 slots. We've got options on rim colour, so you can go with the grey, white or black. Main colour, anyone from the selection along there. Like so. Then we've got the option of Trelleborg, standard or wides, Michelin, standards, Lizard, standard or wides. The wides give you a kind of more low profile wheel option on that as well. And then back to Trelleborg again. Those are your options. Filling up, I just went under one of the buy anything silos, press L3 as you normally do. This will then overload into other things if you want to, or you bring things to it and fill up from it. And that's what it's designed for, just transporting your slurry or digestate around. It will take both. So there we go, that's a Lizard SlurryTender 22,000 litre by Bembelpower. Moving on, let's go to this. Now, again, this is another one of those ones where it popped up in the Modhub and I thought, oh, okay, we've got another case Puma. We've got a few, to be fair, 2, 3, maybe 4 now I think in mods, but I do like this a lot. I like the look of it, I like the design options, the engine sound is phenomenal. That's my own personal preference, my own personal opinion, but I think it sounds fantastic. Nice clean mod, loads of details, loads of options. This will run you 27 slots on console. This is by STv-Modding. They've done a lot of really nice tractor mods for FS19. There's some nice accent details and stuff on this, and like I say, you look at the detail on it. Wow, absolutely brilliant. This you'll find under vehicles and medium tractors. So if we scroll across till we get to it, so I've got a couple already. Now this does say in the Modhub case IH Puma CVX165, but when you come into the Modhub itself or into the store, it's down as Puma CVX series. I was looking for the 165 bit, but it's not there. So we've got that one there with tracks, and there's the standard in-game one. I think we've got another one by someone else as well. But this is the one here, 142,000, which puts it a little bit cheaper, but I don't think it goes up as high horsepower as some of the Pumas. But that, again, it's not the end of the world. I think because the options available. So rim colour, we can pick any of those. So we can go with any rim we want. I do like the matte. There's a black matte, which I think is the one I went for. But yeah, you can pick anything you like, really. Like so, but I'm going to go with the black matte. Main colour, we can have standard, red metal, red matte, which I like. I do like the red matte, that's a nice one. Black matte, which I think was the one I went for. And then we got the grey. But then the design is where you got those accents. So in amongst the air vent grills there, and the accent on the back mudguard fender, however you want to refer to it, you can have that black, or you can have that gold. So you've got a gold insert all around the outside. I just think those little touches, it just gives it a nice, different look, you know. So then we've got a bit of a mucking around with the menus again here, but we've got a configuration on the front. Standard, 100 kilogram weight, 850 kilogram weight, back to standard again, so 3-point link. We've then got options of Trelleborg, Nokian, Mitas, Michelin. Under Trelleborg, we've got standards. Now I'm going to go around to the back here because this is where it all gets a little bit peculiar. We've got standards, wheel weights, which actually does change the size of the tyres as well. We've then got wide tyres, and then the wide tyres and weights go even bigger again. So you've got the widest ones on here are your wides and weights. We've then got narrows under Trelleborg, rear twins, back to standard again. If we go with Nokians, you just get the communal, like so. Under Mitas, we've got standard and wides, that's it. Under Michelin, we've got standard, I'll come back around here again, wides, and then wides and weights get smaller, which is a bit odd. And then we got standard again. So oddly, the standards are actually wider than the wides. Not sure why, but anyway, those are your tyre options. Then inside we've got, if you can see in there, the chair in there. We've got interior design black or red, so you can have all red chair seat in there, and jump seat, or you can have it with black and red like so. If you have it all red, you get the sort of grey interior. If you have it with the black and red, you get a sort of tan interior as well. Then we've got the option design standard, that's what I like as well. Platinum edition gives you that stripe down the bonnet, like so. And then you've got that one, Viper Striker Limited, gives you a Case 175 logo just underneath where it says Puma there. If I go back one and go back again, you can see it pop there. So standard, platinum. Now with the platinum you also get a chrome exhaust cover, like so. Then we've got engine setup. We've got a 165 CVX, we've got 175 CVX, which goes 165 horsepower to 175 horsepower. Then we've got CVX Platinum, which puts Platinum Edition along the case logo there, like that and that. Then we've got the 1.7 CVX Platinum Edition, like so. So you can have combinations of all those different things, and you can kind of make it look however you want, really. Then we've got option of front loader attacher, yes or no. So a few options available. But when we get actually into the vehicle itself, let me turn that off again. Fantastic. Horn, not bad. We've got, hang on, I'm going to open this up so I get it wrong every single time. Under L1, right stick side to side will open and close the rear window. Right stick up and down will open and close the left door. Then R1 and right stick side to side will open and close the sunroof, like so. Those are your options for doors and windows being open. Inside, nice, neat and tidy. Lights on, lights off, engine off. But what's really nice about this is the engine. Just listen. Sounds like a jet taking off. But it does sound amazing. Very nice indeed. Lights. Nice bright lights on this as well. Beacon on the top. Beacons on the top. And there you go. That's the case IH Puma CVX165 by STv-Modding. So yes, we do have a couple already, but they don't sound like that. That's very nice indeed. Nice new mod, like that a lot. Next, we've got this. This is the machine building by Daniel X321. This you'll find under placeables under sheds. This is 14 slots. Nice detail on this. Loads of texture and I like it. I like that. You know, the three-dimensional ridge work there of the bricks up near the roof line. It does have opening and closing doors, like so. This side you've got a drive through, so the one at the back opens as well. We've got a small door at the front there. This one isn't drive through, but nice bit of room in here. This is not for massive machinery, but you could put pallets and all sorts in here. Lights here, and they come on one at a time, turn off one at a time as well. Little features like that just make it stand out. It's not too heavy on the slot count, which I like. We have got up here, we do have a hayloft or storage, whatever you want to put in here. Now what I did was open the door, because when you get up onto this ledge and open the door has a tendency to kind of push you out of the way. But lighting up here as well. I mean, like I say, you might want to put small bales up here, you may not put anything up here at all, but it's up here, just so you know. And you can close that, like so. Yeah, not bad at all, that one. Nice detailing on it. Nice detailing. This, like I said, you will find under placeables, under sheds. It's 25 grand to buy. Like I said, this will use 14 slots, which isn't too bad either. And that's it. That's the machine building by Daniel X321. Amendment. Before I finish, 2 more mods dropped while I was in the process of doing the mod review for the ones you've already been watching. So this will cut, and then we'll cut to the end in a minute for the last mod. But we have in front of us, this is the AutoWrap 1300 by WhiteBull Modding. This is a round bale wrapper. This is a 3-point link hydraulic mounted wrapper rather than a trailed one or anything like that. The beauty of this being, you can stick it on the back of a tractor, whiz off, do whatever you need to do. Or if you want a cheaper alternative to a baler wrapper situation. Now obviously a baler wrapper will do it all in one go, so as you bale, the bale comes at the back, wraps, comes off the back. But if you want to do it is stay on the field as one operation, stick your round baler on the back, do your round baling, then whiz round with that on the front, and then do your wrapping. So it's all in kind of one package. That baler only runs at 25 grand. Did a mod review on that a little while ago. This is only about 15 grand. So a fairly cheap baler wrapper option to go for. This, the AutoWrap, you'll find under baling technology. Like I say, 15 grand, not too expensive. Only 5 slots as well. There are no options available. You get what you get. 3-point link mounted. It's got the rollers and stuff. I haven't actually even used this yet. I've literally just put it in to have a look at. Not too bad at all. So what we'll do is we'll come forward. We'll hook up. So L1 and X opens it up, ready for operation. lowering it, L1 and circle, brings it down to the ground. Bring that either side of the bale. Can lift it back up if I want to, I guess. So what you can do then is drive between that bale and the next one while that's wrapping. Only downside with doing it on the front, if you're driving forwards you can't drop it off the back. Unloading just drops like that, which means you'd have to back up a little bit, then go on to the next one. But then that said, if you've got it on the back, you've got to back up onto a bale to get it to work. Now, will this pick up a bale automatically? It will do. So in all honesty, you don't actually have to drop it down to the ground, because that picked that up automatically, still in its up position. Nice little mod, that works well, does what it needs to. 15 grand for a round bale wrapper, that's not too bad at all. 3-point link mounted, doesn't require a huge amount of horsepower, does the job. Unload it and off you go. Not bad at all. Now this next one's going to throw my thumbnail out of whack. I'm not sure what I'm going to do now. As you can see, everything else from the mod review is gone. I came out from doing the mod review, went to go and do the editing, and suddenly thought, hang on a minute, there's more mods in the Modhub. This is the John Deere 9600 9610 by, I'm going to say, STv-Modding. We had a conversation on Twitter about this recently, DJ Go Ham, Stan the Man, VF, few of us, about how you pronounce it. Is it SIiD? Is it STv-Modding? SIID? How do you know? I just say SiiD just to extend the two I's together. But anyway, STv-Modding. This is a John Deere harvester. Now, there's a bit of a John Deere conspiracy going on with this one. It's a nice mod, don't get me wrong, and it's cheap as chips, which is fantastic. For the size, the capacity, it's an older harvester. Well, I'll say older, slightly older. This is a North American version, I believe. Looking at the Modhub to my right on my PC. North American version. Now, let's have a look at it in store. I'll show you what I mean. This will use 49 slots. So it's fairly high on the slot count, but for John Deere equipment, it's to be expected. What immediately strikes you is, I mean, let's be honest. Right, let's look at John Deere. Right, 390 grand for an S790 there. That's the standard in-game John Deere. Then we go on to a couple of the modded ones that we had recently. 216 grand. You think, whoa, that's cheap as chips. I mean, for the capacity, that's amazing. Then you get this one, the John Deere 9600, 87 grand. Like, what? 10,818 litres for 87 grand. That's amazing. Fantastic. Now this doesn't come with a header. There's various different headers and loads of modded headers and various different things. This just comes the harvester itself. So configuration, we've got none, or with the Starfire. Now that doesn't do anything on console, it just looks nice. That's your GPS unit, but you don't have to have it. Wheel brand, we can have Michelin or Mitas. Now Michelin will give you the option of twin wheels or wide tyres. But here's the thing, it seems that John Deere treat wheels, tyres and engines as optional upgrades. If I go to my miters, the wide miters are 9,700 on top of the 87 that we already looked at. You think, oh okay, so it's not 87 grand at all then. If I go back to the Michelins, the twins are an extra 10 grand, the wides are 7,500, but that's not all. If you want an engine as well, for the 9600, that's already another 37,961. So that initial price of 87 grand is cobblers. You can't get one for 87 grand. I know it's a minor thing, but it's that kind of, what? Because I looked and thought, hang on a minute, I haven't put anything on this yet, and it was 134 grand. That's because the engine is a 37 grand option, or nearly 38. If I want to go for the 9610, that's 47,532 on top of the original 87. So for 275 horsepower, you're looking at an extra 47 grand for that for the 9610. The harvester itself is a nice looking harvester. To be fair, even doing that, 144 grand for a 10,818 litre harvester is not to be sniffed at, let's be honest. 144 grand, that one's 216. I mean, yeah, the capacity on those are absolutely huge, but that one there for 89 grand is only a 5,500 litres. So when you look at the price, even at 144, it's a good price. It was just a joke, a bit of tongue-in-cheek kind of, you know. I just think, as you know, if you want wheels and tyres and you want an engine, that's extra. So let's jump in. Looks nice. Sounds nice. I've got the 9610, the large one, the Maximizer. I like the twins with the big gap between the two. Unfolding it brings the steps back a bit, like so. We do have a door that can open and close, which is... I'll get there in a minute. Oh, every single time, without fail. L1, R1, right stick side to side will open and close the door, like so. Pipe out, and this has got a long auger pipe on it, so you can get away with some really big headers on this if you want to as well. I've just gone for the small 7.6 metre one. That's just a in-game, or was that a modded one? I can't remember now, but 625X. It's not a big header, but it's a nice looking bit of kit, this. So the back, disable straw swath and enable straw swath, like so. There's no beacons, but we've got lights all the way around. Lighting's pretty good. I think there's a light on the actual auger as well, which I do like when you get a light on the auger pipe. I think that's a nice touch too. In cab, nicely detailed. Let's turn that off. I like the lights up on there as well. Look, unload auger on. Look, so I've put the auger away. Light goes off, so you know when your auger's coming out. You know if you've left it on or not, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Park brake is on as soon as I try to drive. Park brake light goes off. There's some really nice features on it. Turn the engine off, they go off, but park brake is still on and the auger's still out. That's cool. It's a nice mod. Very nice indeed. I nearly missed it, to be fair, but it's a nice mod indeed. That's by STv-Modding. Looks good, sounds good. Very cool indeed. There we go. That's the John Deere 9600, 9610. We caught it. So, back to your regularly scheduled programming. Which brings me on to the last of the mods for today, and this was the most intriguing. Whether you use these types of machines or not, you've got to appreciate what's gone into this as well. I don't generally use these types of machines very often, but I really do like this. This is the straw blower Gyrax big CONFORT. This is by Blacksheep Modding, and this is a bale shredder, bale blower, designed for putting straw bedding and stuff in for your animals. We're going to have a go with it in a second. What's fantastic about this is some of them are fairly small. I think we used to have the Primor, what was it, had a load of numbers that I think you could put 3 or 4 square bales in. This will take 8 square bales. What's really cool about this is to take away that fiddly awkwardness of loading them in and trying to get them into the top, because it's quite a big machine. The sides fold down, like these wings fold down at the side, and using something like this from the add-on straw harvest pack, it makes life so much easier. So what we'll do is just do that. I mean, obviously, yes, I've got this set up already, but I did put the other 6 on already. Zoom a little bit. Get to about there. And then do that. I'm hoping this has got enough oomph to pull it. Let me just have a quick check to my right. Yeah, 100 horsepower requirement I think this has got. Sorry, I'm just checking on my computer to the side of me to see what the specs were. Like I said, I don't tend to use straw blowers. I'll use loose material if I'm doing bedding, but I do often and have often used the War Z, but if you've got a lot of animals, you've got a lot of bedding to do, 8 bales at a time, that's pretty impressive. So L1 and X folds this up. That is so cool. I don't know why it's making me smile so much. I just think it's the engineering of it, the way I just think it's brilliant. What a fantastic bit of kit. Now we can adjust that nozzle like so, up and down. I don't think we can do it another way. That's working through the first bale. First bale's gone. Then we go again. I just think it's fantastic. Like I say, if you've got a lot of animals to do, rather than backwards and forwards getting 2 at a time or 1 at a time, or I think being able to stick 8 in here and the ease of loading is absolutely brilliant. Now, as far as I'm aware, after each bale it will stop, like so. But as far as I'm aware, if you get to a point where you think, actually, I want to restock it, I don't know if this is going to work, actually, we'll see. But if I do that, oh, there we go. Those will stay upright. You can then just put bales into the sections you want. It's the unfolding as well I love. I like the ladder bits here as well, so you can kind of, get up onto the deck if you want to. So I can stick 1 more in there. I can stick 2 more on that side there, close it back up again, and away you go. It's just an easy to use, really functional, well thought out. The animations are great, love it. That's pretty cool. So that's by Blacksheep Modding. That's the straw blower Gyrax big CONFORT. Yeah, fantastic. That's it for the mods for today. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.